How you guys doing tonight? So tonight I want to talk about Jane Fonda in her recent interview with the New York Times, where she stated that she regrets not sleeping with Marvin Gaye. Like I said, guys, some people may say that she was down with the brown or all this kind of silliness, but I'm going to show you a few things, and I'm going to talk about a few things rather, so you can understand that it's not what you think it is. So, in a new interview with the New York Times, she stated about Mario Brando that he was very disappointing, but a good actor. And then they talked about your greatest regret is that you never had sex with Shea Guevara. And she states, no, I don't think about him. Who I do think about, and what is a great regret, is Marvin Gaye. He wanted to, and I didn't, she admitted. I was married to Tom Haddon. I was meeting a lot of performers to try and do a concert for Tom. And the woman who was helping me do that introduced me to Marvin Gaye. So they kind of jokingly about the situation, and they asked if the Motown singer possible pickup line included the word sexual healing. She stated, I needed some, but he did not say that. No. But then I read apparently he had a picture of me on his refrigerator. And I didn't find out about that until later after he was dead. So guys, let's talk about that. You have to understand, Jane Fonda and Marvin Gaye were in the same circle. Jane Fonda is a actress, very well known in the Hollywood realm. She's been married 3 times, including married to Ted Turner, the billionaire owner of the TV stations, CNN and Turner Network, all based out of Atlanta, Georgia. But also what she was known for was being an activist and a feminist and an environmentalist. She was very opposed to the Vietnam War and the Iraq War, and also real big on globalism and being a globalist, and very into the environment. So you have to understand, during that times in the 80s, she was really, really big into these things. She funded the Hollywood Women Political Committee in the early parts of the 80s. And the Hollywood Women Political Committee, which is HWPC, was a political group. And she also helped fund and organize a group with her husband, Hayden, with the group CED-PAC, which was called Campaign for Economic Democracy, a political action committee that was founded by her husband. So she was really, really big into these types of situations. As she stated, Marvin Gaye was on the scene, probably more likely to do some things as well, because keep in mind, Marvin Gaye had a powerful voice. He did Trouble Man, and he did Mercy Mercy Me, and Make Me Wanna Holler. All those songs were very powerful, moving songs in the 70s and the 80s based off of the Vietnam War and those who came back from the war. So as you can see, Marvin Gaye's voice with Jane Fonda's activism, and her feminist and all the other things that come with it, they probably interact with each other to do some things based off of her political views. So what I'm trying to say is, I don't think that she was into this jungle fever thing as people made it out to be. You see, she was real big on this social stuff. In fact, one of her biggest things that helped fund these groups, including her husband's groups, was her Jane Fonda workout, her books, and VHS. That stuff that she did back in 1983 all the way to 1988 donated over $10 million to her political causes. And that was all based off of her video and workout series. So she was really, really big on her political stance and her political views and investing her money into that. So my personal opinion, guys, I think she came across Marvin Gaye. Marvin Gaye threw it out there and she declined. And because I think she was more geared towards helping her husband, providing for her husband, and also her political views, which I don't think that she was interested in Marvin Gaye any kind of way. Especially back in the 80s where she had to be very, very careful with her career dealing with this kind of situation. I mean, I'm quite sure she probably was a sex kitten, or she was involved with some of the higher up in the entertainment world, but I don't think that crossed her mind as much people may think it did. So, once again, where did this interview come from? She knows the media. She knows the media and its climate today. We are talking all of a sudden over 36 years, and you are 82 years old, and you're just now bringing up that your biggest regret was not sleeping with Marvin Gaye. So I guess back in the days it wasn't popular. But now all of a sudden you have clout, you are a well-known millionaire actress, you're in your 80s, you have nothing to lose, and Marvin Gaye is not here to defend himself. And you know that the liberal social media will gravitate to this because it's big news. It's bigger news than Mario Brando. And also bigger news for Che Guevara. So you knew how to play the media on your side, especially in times like this. So once again, guys, I know you guys would be like, man, she got that jungle fever. Man, I knew she loved that black man. She loved them brothers. That might be the case, but I don't think that's the case here. She is a strong activist, and she used her platform. Marvin Gaye and Jane Fonda crossed paths, and maybe a conversation went on, and she wasn't thinking about that. Now, in the climate of the social media, gravitate to all these things, and she bringing it out there with her regrets of dealing with a black man sexually, because also she's a globalist. Everybody knows if you're a globalist, that means everybody coming together, even during sex. So she had multiple partners, multiple lovers, so she was able to throw that out there and use it to her advantage for the liberal media. So once again, guys, I just want to say this. It's not what you think it is. It's not a jungle fever thing. She was more involved in her political views and her activism and her feminism They just crossed paths, and over 36 years later, she now reveals this situation by using the media to play this situation in her favor. Like I said, guys, this is like the Transformers. More than meets the eye.